Yeah, it's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Living without breathing, man, you know that stuff can't happen. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Try and stop breathing and some oxygen you're lacking. Respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Living without breathing, man, you know that stuff can't happen. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. If your lungs can't breathe, then you know your body's slacking. Now listen up. First, you breathe in through your nose. Then that oxygen goes far down below. Or you can breathe in through your mouth and take another route. Man, learning about the respiratory makes me wanna shout. And it goes down to the pharynx. And this tube has more than just one crazy trick. The larynx is the way to go. It's also called the voicebox, that's what makes my voice glow. Next it goes down to the trachea, where it brings that oxygen to the lungs for ya. Now don't you worry, dude, don't give me attitude. Thinking that I'm done that quick is just kinda rude. Yeah, it's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Living without breathing, man, you know that stuff can't happen. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Try and stop breathing and some oxygen you're lacking. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Living without breathing, man, you know that stuff can't happen. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. If your lungs can't breathe, then you know your body's slacking, and then it makes it into the lungs, where all that exchanging is done. How fast it goes, you can't gauge. It must suck being the lungs always trapped in that rib cage. Is that the diaphragm? What a powerful muscle. It helps with respiration, and there's no job it can't tussle. Now back to the main track in some small tubes. The bronchioles I forgot to include. Then the bronchi lead to the alveoli, where the gases finish one long crazy rap. Wait, that's not the rest. You don't wanna test. So how you like these rhymes so far? Are they just the best? Yeah, it's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Living without breathing, man, you know that stuff can't happen. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Try and stop breathing and some oxygen you're lacking. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. Living without breathing, man, you know that stuff can't happen. It's that respiratory rapping. That respiratory rapping. If your lungs can't breathe, then you know your body's slacking. Finally, we make it into the cell, where that chemical process is done well. Oxygen and carbon switch their places, and the body ain't trying to leave any traces. The carbon goes through the body all backward, and it's time to get kicked out cause it becomes your attacker. So it all gets exhaled, and that carbon dioxide gets derailed. But it's not over yet, and don't you regret. All the plants get to take it all in. Then they send out oxygen and the cycle starts again. Yeah, that was all I had, but it was still so rad. Learning about the respiratory wasn't so bad.